apparently there is an update for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Didn't this game come out like 2020? What do you mean there's an update for it? Oh, well, that was quick. Let me go ahead and change my game category to, I accidentally hit caps lock there, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like this, and I'll change the stream title to like smidge of Snorcreed, I don't know. Sure, that. Just got done playing some Elden Ring Night Rain, got that game beaten. Let's chip away at some Assassin's Creed, because the last time that I touched this was Megaland. And as I was just saying, as I was switching games here, I have realized that if there's a total of like 15 friends that I need to make, and I'm at 7, so I'm less than halfway through the main game, never mind even touching the DLC, and the year is almost half over, it's like, this whole slowly chipping away at it, and I'll get it done, like, by the end of the year here at least. I am not on pace for that currently. It is starting to occur to me. Where is this opening? It opened on that monitor for some reason. That is not the monitor that I wanted on. Let's start off display capture here and go to game capture. So yeah, I actually gotta be chipping away at this game a little bit more than I am. Just gonna keep on using my PlayStation controller because it's what I was using for Night Rain. If we could progress past this screen. Yeah. Did I mute it? Is there sound here? It looks like there's some slight sound, but it's really quiet. I guess you can't skip these. That sucks. This is not the monitor that I want to look at. Also, there's some 3D printing going on in the background here. Is what's going on over there. Because tomorrow I'm going to be heading out of town to go deliver some tomato plants and check in with my grandparents that live out there. So I, just during Night Rain, 3D printed some Vilma tomato steaks, which is a type of tomato that my friend Finn brought me from Germany, who you'll see again during this year's upcoming Fragapalooza and stuff. Nice type of tomato, plant stays small. They're good for windy areas and needing like less support in staking and stuff like that. Hence me bringing them out there where they're not going to be as high of maintenance plants and stuff. They'll be great for that purpose. My LG one, please. Yes, why is it not the primary monitor by default? Yes, there we go. And now I'm 3D printing some of the yellow sweet million ones, the mystery yellow tomatoes from last year that I grew like a bazillion of, that I now think are yellow sweet million, judging by what the bags were labeled as. Despite the fact, if you Google, there's no such thing as a yellow sweet million, only red sweet million. But, I don't know, maybe my Oma and Opa accidentally made like a yellow sweet million hybrid, because that's what the bags were labeled as. So maybe that's what they are. I'm growing red sweet million this year to see if they taste similar, to see if it is probably some hybrid or something like that. What the hell was I doing? Oh yeah, I was at Megaland doing the season pass bonus quest and the pre-order bonus quest, and I guess that ended me off here with the Legend of Beowulf. What an amazing legend it was. Okay, I'm setting traps on these two. Wow. So that's what we were doing last time. And yeah, that's what's going on there. So I'm gonna need to dip back there and color change at some points here. So I tried to, with each stream of this, ham out one friendship quest. I don't actually know like when exactly my dad and I are heading out. It's just the morning in general that I know, and it's already almost midnight. So, I might be decently tired tomorrow. But that's fine, because I'm gonna ham this out fast. Let's just do another one of these story quests real fast here. It's gonna be great. Yeah. It'll take no time at all. But yeah, I don't think I'm apace for finishing Valhalla by the end of this year, so I gotta pick it up a little bit here. I just thought about this during the end of Night Rain. I can show for the Assassin's Creed series here too, as a bit of an update for where we're at in terms of the game schedule. I have a lot of stuff going on right now, technically. And I meant to do all the trial maps and properly finish off Fire Emblem Binding Blade at Megaland, and I accidentally miscounted and missed like one right in the middle. I did 1, 2, 3, and 5. I missed 4. So, thanks to me being a little bit dumb, I didn't actually properly finish off Binding Blade, and I have one more part left, part 50. Well, it'll just be like a half-hour stream. I'll just, like, ham that out really quickly. This is done, but, like, I'll probably keep on playing it with, like, little cousin and stuff like that. This is basically done, but I'll continue to showcase it at, like, you know, gaming events like Fragapalooza and stuff like that, but with the upcoming tournaments. And then, like, maybe one more stream and this is done. So pretty soon here, whoops, I did not need to zoom in here. Pretty soon here, we'll be back to just, like, these three going on again. That's the way it'll be. These three are almost knocked off there. With, of course, even if that one's knocked off, you know, consider it to be one of those things I'd still hop in from time to time. So that's where we're at. And then in, like, a month and a week or something like that is when Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out, and then I'll cover that on the channel. So pretty soon here, we'll be back to, just chipping away at, like, three main things, which is gonna feel a whole lot better here, I think. But I haven't played Valhalla in a little bit, because I've been trying to commit to, like, the new releases of Mario Kart, Deltarune, Night Rain, stuff like that. I've been going a lot more ham on those games. But those are done here pretty soon, and then we'll be back to... I'll be able to go a bit harder on this. That's what'll be the case. So 220, 220... Oh, completed. I don't know why that looked white from that angle. 310, 250... 220, I guess. I don't remember if it was between last stream, the Megaland one, and this one, or between the stream before Megaland and then that one. At some point, I googled, do I need to get all the friends to, like, actually beat the game? Or just the story ones with Sigurd? Apparently, I do need to get all the friends to beat the game.
What of Essex?
Like, gosh dang it, man.
From the Elderman and
So, I mean...
requesting you specifically for a matter of great secrecy.
Watch, I'm gonna speedrun this.
And who is this?
I'm not gonna get too sidetracked and rambling about things. It's gonna be great.
I'm
gonna get sidetracked rambling about things. Please don't turn this into a 3 AM stream. Oh, pledge to Essex. Please be like, it's just about to hit midnight. Maybe a 2 AM stream. Please not a 3 AM stream. And God forbid a 4 AM stream.
But go with caution.
So yeah, I'm trying to commit to this stupid stuff here. Is that not the map button on a PlayStation controller? No, it's a big middle button here. Whoa, and I can like move the cursor with that. Weird. This way, yes. Alright, well. Fast travel this way. Let's go make some friends in Essex. Let's remember how to play this game. My attack buttons are not too different from Night Rain, but the fact that I was just playing that and the roll button is like the opposite side face button is potentially going to screw me up. Oh, one interesting thing worth noting about this game. In a couple weeks, I plan on having the 24-hour Cherry Stream 12, and I wasn't entirely sure what to do for that. So I offered some suggestions in the polls channel and offered like the option for anybody to like, you know, post their own thing in there and have people vote on it. The only person that's posted anything as a suggestion was Mythic, sorry, they both start with M and I have Mortis on the mind since we were just playing Night Rain. Mythic suggesting like an hour of plastic duck simulator to be added in there. But that isn't really like an entire 24-hour Cherry stream kind of thing here. So I offered like a few suggestions here where it's like, hey, I don't know what exactly to do here. What do you want to do? Hopefully my camera isn't blocking this. Man, my computer's lagging here. Like, it wouldn't be, would it? It's hard to tell with the Inception. So it's like, what do we want to do here? Do we want to, like, there's been 10 24-hour Cherry streams between the first one and this upcoming one, since, you know, 11 are done now. Do we want to throw back to, like, the original format where people can donate and fill, like, individual time slots with whatever game, and then, you know, there's a lot of freedom and stuff? This that we did with the 24-hour Cherry stream 10, do we want to do that with Auras now, where there's, like, a randomizer? One of the ones that I put down there, where after the 24-hour Cherry stream 9, or 11, no, sorry, the pinball one bored me half to death, and I was really struggling to stay awake. I was like, hey, here's, like, the one thing that could potentially be more boring than 24 hours of pinball. Let's do all the DLC of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and then it's also done, and then I'm, like, really caught up on that if I didn't, like, pass out first, which I probably would. Like, I would see that very much being a struggle, honestly. Yeah, that's the only one that hasn't gotten a single vote. Mine doesn't count. I just do, like, a reaction vote just to make it easy for someone to click and not have to, like, go and, like, select a whole nother reaction. So not a single person is interested in seeing me play this game for 24 hours so far. I just think that that's worth mentioning and kind of interesting here, that in relation to Assassin's Creed Valhalla, nobody's interested in seeing 24 hours of this game. Everyone's like, screw that. And I figured I would, like, do a, you know, one suggestion is just like an actual, just normal playthrough that we're doing for 24 hours, like, no gimmicks or anything there. And, seems like there's a lot of support for Gates to Infinity and, finishing, like, all the Pokemon Mystery Dungeons outside of, like, the WiiWare ones, that is. Got some Gates at all costs comments here. So yeah, I figured I'd post it as a suggestion, even though it would bore me half to death, but, you know, that has, like, the challenge of being potentially more boring than the 24-hour Cherry Stream 11, and, also has the added benefit of me getting a lot more on top of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yeah, nobody's interested in that. So, it's seeming very much like that is not happening. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. Whoops, that was the map button. Oh. I was about to say that was the map button in Night Range, so that's what I'm hitting by accident here. But no, I'm thinking about Night Rain, where it's like I press that and I can see the map while I'm moving. Because I've got that on the mind now.
His household is as poorly run as his lands.
Estrid is a good wife. Far better than he deserves.
You would say that, Adrian. Your wife acts like a sow in a skirt.
My sweater runner's a worthy woman, you coxcomb. But she's an excellent cook.
I just remembered.
Fine nose for truffles.
If Birston does not return
when I play
soon,
this game, I run my
wine
sound
will not be
effects.
the only thing spilled upon his floors.
Now, gentlemen, everyone is fractious.
So I open anti-micro.
Let us be civil.
Ooh, this will be the moment of truth for if it actually saves the thing. Oh, because it's looking for my Xbox controller, I think. It's finding my PlayStation controller. Maybe I will actually switch to my Xbox One controller here. So I might just do what I usually play Valhalla with. Let's see here. Then it should find a joystick. Bear with me. Update joysticks in the main menu. It's not responding. Let's just Task Manager kill anti-micro. It doesn't even want Task Manager kill it. Okay, here we go. Who are you staring at me? Alright. It opens up Valhalla.game controller. And then... yeah, it still doesn't do it. It still doesn't save. The whole issue that I talked about before, where it's like, it saves the fact that A is F12 when on this set, but it never saves the fact that I hold this to, like, go to set 2. For whatever reason. It has to be manually set up before every stream. Even though I save it as my config of Valhalla.game controller, which means I gotta go here, and then I gotta go to... oh god, what was it again? Oh, it was right trigger. Wait, no, it did save it! I'm holding the wrong trigger, I'm dumb! Okay, we're good. I just need to run my auto hotkey script that actually plays the sound effects and blasts my eardrums. But I have it in my Assassin's Creed Odyssey folder, was the case, since it's just the exact same script. So soundeffects.ahk, and then I do this. Alright, it works. Whoops.
Show me what lies ahead.
We cool? We cool.
A heroic-looking Dane in our midst.
Well,
I'm looking for Birston, the alderman of the Shire.
Our lord is not at
yeah,
home,
well, it's not a proper
but
cutscene,
his
so.
wife is receiving visitors upstairs in her usual fashion. If you speak with her, pass on that we've run out of ale.
Okay, speak to Estrid. So, can I just go in through, like, a window or something? I have no idea how to go up here. Oh, I guess like this. I guess I can probably just go up, like, this way. Or something, then. So I can probably do...
Birston's things disrespect you, lady.
hi. Now we got a proper cutscene.
You! Gods will come at one cry from me!
Sheathe your blade, lady. I'm Eivor of the Raven clan, here at your husband's request.
Another Dane.
I am Estrid, wife of the Lord of Essex. As you may have heard, my lord is not at home.
Then I will speak to
If
you.
he's away, I'll speak to you.
Oh, that you could, Eivor. For I am sure this hall would shake with our merry wit. But your accord must be reached with him.
You don't strike me as a meek Saxon wife.
Do you yet see an ember of my Frankish fire, Ravenwalker? Perhaps it dances in my eyes?
I'm wary of rounding up Saxons. Is your husband stolen, drunk, or wayward?
He'll be stalking the woodlands today, hunting game and ignoring the vital affairs of Essex. One such affair is why we called for you.
If I can find him, I'll remind him of his duties.
Ah, such would be a miracle. His favorite haunt is southwest of here. The lavender fields there attract the prey, God help him.
With luck, he hasn't been eaten, but I'll return either way.
So my goal is to go get him and bring him back to do his job. A Breviary of Broken Hearts. 6 Arcstar. At least the mission names are cool in this game.
Is a godly virtue, Adred.
Okay.
Even the saints were tired of waiting for their standard.
So I'm going over here. I may as well just fast travel over here or something. That's some updates to things that I talked about during previous streams. I remember showing like a few streams back that one Haskap that I grew from seed that I put in the fridge and then it started growing. Well, it grew really rapidly and then it died. And I'm not entirely sure why. It started growing like extremely vigorously, more so even than my other ones that went dormant naturally and then came out. And it just kind of started drying up and dying, and I'm not entirely sure why. Like if something went wrong with it, or you know, it spent a whole bunch of energy and then it had like nothing left, or what exactly was going on there. I have another Haskap plant in the fridge right now, but we'll see if a similar thing happens to it. I'm slightly worried. But I do have even more seed-grown Haskaps because this spring I was weeding my Haskap garden and I just found a whole bunch of ones just growing in the ground. So I dug them up and I've been giving them away because I didn't really want to, you know, chuck them in the bin. Like they'll grow into nice beautiful berry bushes and stuff like that if given time. So I found 5 that just grew naturally, and they can only grow from seed. Well, and cuttings, but like,
no good comes from a camp this bloody.
But naturally they would only really grow from seed. So I guess like maybe a bird planted some berries, or like the wind or something like that blew some berries off, and seeds just happened to be sown like nearby my plants or something like that. So they are most likely Boreal Blizzard crossed with Boreal Beast Haskaps, considering where they were. Be my guess. They could be Boreal Blizzard crossed with Boreal Beauty Haskaps for the varieties. So I've just started giving those away, and they're just like tiny little sprouts. Kind of fun growing some Haskaps from seed again. So I've already given away 2. I'm about to give away a 3rd. So there's already a guaranteed home for another, and then there's 2 more that'll find homes somewhere. So I have some more seed-grown Haskaps on the way.
Remains of the hunting party. This one was savaged by a large animal.
And the ones that I grew from seed before, it was like summer 2023. It was immediately with like the harvest of that year. So I germinated them that summer, and then I figured like they were too young to go fully dormant that winter when they were only a handful of months old at that point. So I kept them inside for their first winter.
They were attacked by a beast. Something strong enough to kill a horse.
And then only had them outside for like this winter. And a couple weren't, hence like going into my fridge. I should have just had them outside, because all my seed-grown ones that were outside, or at least planted outside, that I've given away to different people, yeah, they've all come back. I even have a seed-grown Haskap out at our family's lake cabin that's covered in berries now this year. Most of them don't have berries this year since they're still such young plants, but a couple of them do. Including one at our lake cabin and our neighbors out there, which is pretty cool. Those already have berries, but most don't. Still young plants. But point is, a lot of them were planted last year, so didn't go dormant their first winter, the winter after that, and they're a-okay. But these ones that germinated in the spring here, well, I figured they should already be planted this year, considering they germinated naturally in the spring. So they're on nature's clock. Like, this is what they evolved for, is the seeds typically need to be stratified under normal circumstances. The ones that I grew from seed before were just, like, direct sown from seed, where I read online that if you just plant them immediately out of the berry, they'll also grow, and they did. But naturally, seeds like that, and a lot of fruit trees, a lot of berry bushes, a lot of long-term things need to be stratified, which just means they need a long period of cold, and then they'll germinate. Otherwise, they just won't grow. And that's because, you know, if seeds fall off in, like, the fall time, and then they start growing, and then they get covered in snow, that's just gonna kill them immediately. So they've evolved to wait until, like, several months of cold have passed, and then germinate. Because then that usually means that, hey, they experience winter, and now spring is here. So now it's the perfect time to grow. Okay, well. So that's the case for that. So I assume that those seeds probably fell off, like, last year, and then, you know, sat over the winter, and then got the period of warmth, and that's what told them to, you know, start growing now. And that gives them a lot more time. That gives them, like, this whole growing season to grow before winter hits, which gives them a lot better survivability than, whoops, I'm getting my buttons confused with Night Rain. I was trying to use my ultimate attack from Night Rain. Oops. That's what happens when I just played that game and switched over to here. Like, this is the way that they evolved, is germinate in the spring, get that whole season of growing, and then go dormant for the following winter. So considering they're already on nature's clock, I figure those ones should be planted this year. So I'm giving them away, and I'm telling people, like, hey, you know, there's just tiny little sprouts. You can grow them in a pot for a little while if you want, just to be able to, like, baby them better and stuff like that. But plant them sometime this year. It would not be a good idea to keep them in for the first winter and plant them next year. Tack a whole extra year on, as opposed to an extra half a year. Well, it was an extra year on for my initial seed-grown ones, but, like, on top of the half year that they initially got. But these guys are already getting the full year, so, you know, just plant them this year. So, so, I've been giving away a decent few seed-grown Hascaps lately. Find some good homes for them. Because I can't leave them growing in my Hascap garden. It's going to get way too crowded. Alright, planted my plants close enough as is. Don't need more plants growing in there that are just going to become massive bushes long term, so. So I've been finding homes for them lately. It's something that I've been, something that I've been keeping busy with here. And hopefully they grow into nice, big, beautiful bushes one day. Would be cool. Maybe I, oh, there's a weak point on you, too. So if I, like... Whoa. Oh, that got him with that. Can I stun attack? Oh, I can. Okay, well, that's a decent bit of damage there. Please. Come on, man. Well, maybe that's not super worth it to go for. Maybe I should just use, like, some of my arrow abilities. So that's some cool plant stuff going on. Got a decently sized pumpkin plant that's, like, yay big now, and got these massive leaves that are, like, yay big. That I started in a little 3D printed pot. Just got, I had space in a seed starter anyway. But pumpkins don't really like root disturbances. You just start them in biodegradable pots. So it was kind of root bound in this little pot, and it also sent roots out through the drainage holes in the bottom into the pot that it was sitting on top of. So earlier today I took cutters and I just had at it dismantling my 3D printed pot. I can always 3D print another one, like, it's no big deal. It's a little pot, didn't take a whole lot of materials. Whoops. Do the run. Am I running? Slide? Whoops, that's not the, I'm getting mixed up with Night Rain again here. So, yeah, I completely destroyed one of my 3D prints earlier today. For the sake of the pumpkin plant hopefully living. It looks a little bit droopy now because it didn't like the root disturbances. Plus me uprooting it from that big pot that it was sitting on top of. That it had rooted in there. So, some roots severed. It didn't like that. But give it a little bit of recovery time. It should hopefully bounce back. And then, plant a pumpkin at my cousin's place. And then we'll get a bunch of pink pumpkins growing this year. Since, well, since they're pink ones rather than orange ones. Which will be really cool to see because I like growing unconventional weird things like that. Flint and steel. Hey, let's just, oh. Thought your head was gonna keep on going that way a smidge more. Whatever, man. Just... Please. No. No. Okay, cool. He's over here somewhere. He doesn't have any risk of dying, does he? So there's some cool plant stuff there. I've been digging up some cherry trees from my Oma's yard recently. Sour cherry tree suckers there, and put them in pots, and it looks like they'll probably make it. They got a little droopy, but I severed them from the sucker network last year, so they do have their own roots. And, they might well be okay. I've got homes lined up for different cherry trees there, which is nice. Alright, well, you're just gonna be kind of weird over there.
Your weapon strikes true.
My weapon, my legs. Oh, the printer's ready for a color change. So I'm gonna have to do that in a second here. Flint and steel! Alright, guess I'm just fighting it now. Guess you're not doing much anything. Yep, it sure does. And in terms of Hascaps, my Hascap plants that I bought a couple of years ago was like medium-sized kind of plants. Planted in our front yard here. Last year they only made like tiny little twiddlywink berries for their first ever production. This year they're actually making full-size berries for the first time. And I've been munching them. They're actually making like a decent amount. Well, so there's all sorts of patches of blue over our bushes, and you know, it's still early July here, but they're plants that produce early. So I go out there sometimes and I just snack on berries, and it's really quite nice.
I would not have survived this ambush without you.
Well, time to color change while that's going on.
Gratitude to stumble upon me in my moment of greatest peril. Perhaps you were God sent.
I'm Estrid sent. Your wife and the Thanes of Essex both want your balls on a blacksmith's anvil.
When do they not? You could return and report that the savage claw took me. Poor Beerstan, his exit pursued by a bear.
And make the beast Lord of Essex in your stead.
No doubt my Estrid would prefer his velvet paws to my calloused hands. So, who are you? A sellsword?
Let me grab my controller here. I come at your call.
Eivor of the Raven Clan. You hinted at an alliance for the loan of my unique talents.
Blood, yes. Let us return to Colchester at once, and we'll speak more of the delicate matter on my mind. I'm glad you answered my summons. I did not expect such a skilled fighter.
It's good I came when I did.
My controller
Lost many
fell
men
when
on
I
this
went
hunt.
back here,
Good
and it
man.
turned on... What even am I looking at right now? I think that's what happens when you hit the
Your
Xbox
people
button.
sacrificed
You can't
much
see
for
it because,
sport.
They did.
like, game capture rather than display capture. Oh, and when I was gonna turn on display capture, it went away. What? What? I did not input that. Click on the game. Anyway, printer's going again. I color changed it. So, it's having at it. Sorry, I'm working on it. Here, Wolf. Alright, already looted that one. I think I might have forgotten to loot the first one, potentially.
did you
Can you stop for a second so I can actually get on? Oh my god. Like, it's trying to mount. Oh, there we go. Ubisoft games, am I right?
Now then, what was I saying?
My goodness
Why did you
gracious.
ask me here?
Do you believe in true love, Eivor?
I have loved.
But have you truly? Has a longing burned in your breast, a sweet, lingering pain, paralyzing you with its sting?
There's pain enough in battle. I do not seek it out in love.
I long for it. The thrill of a fight softly won. My wife Estrid lacks fire. She is a fish out of water, cold and dead.
Well, then
Your
why
great
did you
passion
marry her?
behind keeping your Thanes in check.
Oh, they love her, it is true. Some with too much devotion. And I have not been a good and attentive husband. I have always been a plucked goose in matters of love.
If
And
they
a
see me,
pistol.
this will get messy. Strong must be the hand that steers the ship, Biston.
My hand would rather tug the catgut of a well-crafted bow, my eyes narrowing at the sight of prey.
Aye, a crown sits heavy on the head.
Then let us run wild and free in the woods as the wolves do. Live on our wits, prowl and stalk and feast.
You have a romantic way about you, Biston.
Do not fret. My guards will not worry you when we are together.
Also, Walker Pipe with a party of 3 here.
You built your city in the
Return to
ruins of
sender raid? Is that because I raided the other day? How's it going, Walker Pipe guy? Oh, and Dog Daytona went from this stream to that stream back to this stream, it looks like. Dipping around here. How's it going there, Walker Pipe guy? What was on the stream agenda today? Was it some more Slide 2? Was it something else? What be going on there?
Is Essex happy?
Welcome to a game that I don't actually like a whole lot, but I'm getting through it.
I hope they are. Alfred believes I rule like a chickless hen.
Well,
Flapping and
okay, so
squawking
back
over
to some
nothing
more
but the
Super Mario
farmer's
Mon.
dinner.
Gotcha.
He interferes.
No, he disapproves.
I'm a
Is
big
that
wolf.
not infinitely worse?
Well,
But look, we are nearing.
have you not known me
Nightfall.
to dip and dive and
I
be
must
where
trust
I'm
the
sometimes
wolves
near?
at my
No, I
door
definitely
before
know
we
that.
discuss your favor to Essex, Abel.
It may be.
I'm chipping away a little bit at this game tonight. So, Assassin's Creed Odyssey took me a long time, and now I'm playing Valhalla, and I thought, you know, I'll just chip away at this from time to time, and I'll eventually get through it by the end of the year. But then I added up what I know I for sure have left, and at this pace, after starting January 1st, I am not at pace for beating this by the end of the year, currently. So I'm trying to, like, commit to it a bit more. Like, there's so much freaking stuff.
Here to help Essex navigate her brewing storms. Now, my dear brethren, Adrid, perhaps you will start us off. What troubles you?
You're a disgrace, Beerstan. Couldn't get a sow pissed in an alehouse. Alfred's men are crawling all over Essex.
King Alfred, yes. Though it is within his right, the constant presence of his men is certainly an issue.
I don't know.
When the
Let's be
months are
poetic.
coldest, the mistletoe is full grown, cloaked in her winter strength.
Meaning that we should weather this? Stay strong? Yes, that's it. Not bend in the wind like stalks of wheat. And you, Wyatt, what do you say?
Your preparations for the Lammas festival. How can you think of spending so much coin when your people are starving?
Playing songs that answer to any problem. North.
Often
What?
should one make an early meal, nor fasting come to the feast.
The feast, yes. The festival. This is not for full bellies, but to bless the loaf. Does that not bring us all good fortune? And Aldrich, do you yap like a she-hound as Adrid does?
You know my thoughts, Beerstan. The feared. How can we give men to Alfred for his wars when our harvest suffers day by day?
His eyebrows look like just frost or something here. Let's just keep on being poetic and mysterious.
Beware of sleep in a witch's bosom.
What the hell am I saying?
She will not bring an early harvest.
Bosoms, that? No. I'm afraid I don't know what that means, Abel. There. Have I not answered all your
What?
questions?
Amazing
I thank you for
game.
your candor, Beerstan. You have put my mind somewhat at ease.
Aye.
Indeed.
Everyone
With
agrees.
that, we are concluded, my lords.
What
Now,
the hell?
if you'll pardon me, I have much to discuss with my wife.
Everyone's satisfied. What? What a video game this is. Okay.
I sense you had some fun there, Eivor. And your playful wickedness backfooted my squabbling thames.
I don't know what you speak.
Went from getting 3 badges in one stream to one with a ton of fumble fucking around. Nice.
Your wife awaits, Beerstan.
Also, apparently Walker Pipe Guy doesn't know about my Fargo. Would he like to know about my Fargo?
She does as she must. As do I. But you will discover this.
Well, ODG found out about it earlier today when I,
You have done the
when he came by to pick up the trophies that I 3D printed for him for GameCon. And he won't just go right through her. And he immediately sends me a Discord DM saying, "You didn't warn me there was a cool truck in the front."
Your thanes drank the ale the
Or whatever he said. I can pull up the Discord DM and see exactly what he said.
Now that is a tragedy my heart will not easily overcome.
If he looked at me with the same affection he shows for hunting deer, our marriage might have survived.
Essex seems at odds.
At odds with itself. Have you called me here to fix the many problems I've already seen today?
No, I would not inflict the infighting of my thanes upon you, Eivor. Our matters are more delicate.
And of a more personal bent, requiring a finesse and discretion that these Saxons often lack.
So, what do you need of me?
Our affairs are more of heart than of state, Eivor. What little passion there was between us faded into bickering long ago.
We would have our freedom, Eivor. I from my wife, and my wife from Essex.
I'm too sharp a weapon for so soft a task. Why not part and be done with it?
Oh, were I a Dane, and divorce as simple as a slit throat. But it's not so easy as that.
Your king
So what
prevents
is
it?
stopping you? Your King Alfred?
Ours was not a union of love, but necessity.
Ah.
Decreed by Alfred's father to strengthen ties with Francia. Not easily broken.
Explain yourself.
I get why they're together now, then.
The poetry here is mind mud.
We had a plan, a simple plan. A woman lost and a woman found.
Some time ago, we paid a Dane to kidnap me and ferry me safely to Francia. As you can see, he did not deliver.
He was certainly thorough in other regards.
Some Norse can be quick to take coin and slow to earn it. If I give my word, it is not broken.
Could we try the kidnap again?
Yeah,
How
let's
much
do
of
the
plan
kidnap
is
again.
done? It would only take a more trustworthy overseer.
It should be a bold venture if we do. Loud and brash and seen by all.
During our Llamas festival, merry peasants and guards with wandering eyes.
Your return to Francia would need a swift ship, with a captain ready to leave England.
We could ask him.
I would have thought his steed and seamen spent.
Come find me in the market, Eivor. Our unwelcome guests require food and ale to soften their anger.
My wife is a gracious and attentive host, Abel. The only thing that keeps my braying thanes at bay.
And the woman found?
A darling Maybud, Ulvida, my childhood sweetheart. I left her 20 years ago in Malden to marry my prickled pear.
20 years. Can an ember so cold be reignited?
We can hope. You must fan the flame. Find her, bring her to my lakeside cottage, and light a bonfire there. I will notify.
I don't know what I was expecting
I
from
believe
this story
she
quest,
lived
but
in
it
the
wasn't
last
this.
house in Malden. A small, sweet place where fond memories were made.
I will do as you both ask,
Okay.
and ask Freya for success in this love game.
Good luck in your endeavors. I pray you find my Alvida with a fair face and a yearning heart.
I'll bet you she's already taken or something.
For Alvida first. I'll meet with this.
Okay, so I have the option of like which thing I want to do.